Week 2 is off to a hot start as we kick off the Wednesday slate of CFSL action. We are sure to continue that trend. Welcome to everyone to Lubbock, Texas, where tonight it will be Northern Illinois and number 13, Texas Tech, squaring off for the first time. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everyone. I'm Jeff Melanishin, as always, and alongside me, once again, is Cole Mantell. Cole, man, what are you looking forward to seeing from these two teams here tonight?
I'm looking forward to what should be a really fun game between two teams that both have something to prove. Here, Texas Tech in their home opener. They're really excited, and they want to get their first home win, according to Greg Cooksey, the Texas Tech defensive end. I'm sure this defense is hungry to once again face off against a great MAC team.
Yeah, Cooksey, his player known as Rocky Conlon, as he comes in with 4 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks last week in the win over Iowa. He'll be on that defensive line, but it's going to be Kevin Barnes that's going to start out with a throw to the right side to Jen Shinobi for a gain of 15 and a first down.
And Northern Illinois, with a win over Bowling Green last week, is going to have a lot of fun tonight. I think they got a great offense, and I'm really excited to see what they can do tonight.
It's a hot one here in Lubbock, Texas. 93 degrees, clear, but it's very windy here in the state of Texas, and it's going to be a handoff on first down, and going up the middle with it is going to be Leroy Brown.
And speaking of this offense, Leroy Brown, the freshman out of Atlanta, one of the most talented players in the MAC, period. I'm really excited to see how he goes up against some Power 3 competition.
Uniforms looking very clean for these two teams. You got Texas Tech in the all red, as you got NIU in the all whites, as Shinobi with another grab, 13, and it's going to be another first down. So 2 big plays for Jen Shinobi here on this opening drive.
And with Shinobi, he only had 1 reception last week. It was a 57-yard touchdown, but only 1 reception, so a lot in volume so far.
Barnes dropping back, pocket starting to collapse, breaks out of a tackle, but then is going to be wrestled down by Thomas Fairley on the outside. It's going to be a sack for no gain, so it's going to be second down upcoming.
And there, Fairley's able to see the quarterback get out of the pressure of the defensive line. It was good tackling technique for him as well. 2nd and 10 now, no gain.
As you take a look at Fairley coming in and wrestling down Kevin Barnes, who coming into this game had 17 completions last week, 24 passing attempts, 241 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Also had a great day on the ground, 13 carries for 121 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Trying to get Brown going to the right side, but that's going to be blown up thanks to Nick Schultz.
And really good awareness by Nick Schultz, not only to see that the quarterback was heading his way, but great block on 61, the offensive lineman there. And that's 2 runs in a row now that NIU has had fall flat.
Clayton saying in chat, where were these unis when I was in DeKalb? Well, they got in a little late, and when Horns takes over a program, we kind of get him the best stuff that he needs. Scott Coleman with a gain of 4, but that's going to be 4th down, and so a good, impressive drive to start. All of a sudden is a 3 and out as soon as they get inside Texas Tech territory.
It really is, and Texas Tech, their textbook defensive performance on our first drive is exactly what you want is your visiting on the road team to punt it. And now the Texas Tech offense, they get a chance here against a MAC defense to test out some new stuff, new plays at least, for their home opener.
And here we go. They'll start with a 2x2 set from the pistol formation. Curtis Andrews as the Nick Edwards motioning out of the backfield. Going to look to Edwards, able to turn upfield, delivers a stiff arm, and then picks up enough for the first down. That would be a gain of 10.
It's a good way to start a drive as a first down. Curtis Andrews last week, 32 of 42, 213 for 2 touchdowns against Iowa.
Staying with the 2x2 this time, Edwards motioning out of the backfield again, but from shotgun, and it's going to be a nice little conversion to Tycoon for a gain of 12 and another first down.
And referring to all those passing yards, a lot of them, went to Kuhn as well in the game last week.
7 receptions as his 8th on the season, 37 yards receiving last week. Edwards delivering a stiff arm, breaking out of a tackle. Another, I believe it was Ike Hawk, who got taken 2 tackles broken from him, but able to be wrestled down is Edwards, only a gain of 6. And they're going to do the wildcat formation with Edwards, and he's got enough for the first down, getting inside NIU territory.
And not the prettiest tackle from Mike O'Neill of the Huskies, but he's able to get the quarterback down and stop the run, and that's all that matters.
4-down defensive lineman for NIU, as it's going to be an option keeper by Curtis Andrews, able to pick up 2 before he's wrestled down on the play by DeMarcus Hunter.
And DeMarcus Hunter, the spy there, able to get in on the quarterback as soon as he started the run.
Down in 8. Another option keeper. Andrews going to keep it trying to get outside, but he's going to be wrestled down for a loss by Hawk coming in from his corner spot.
And Eakin Hawk, that's the second or third time this drive he's had a really good tackle. This quarterback run, I think Texas Tech, they had some success with it last week, but it looks like they looked at the film and NIU here coming out very aggressive against the quarterback here.
2x2 set here on 3rd and 10. Setting up the halfback screen. Edwards gets it and trying to turn upfield, heading north, but that is not going to work. That's going to be brought down by the walk-on, and that is going to be another. It happened to NIU on their first drive. As soon as they got inside Texas Tech territory, they went 3 and out, had to punt. Same thing for Texas Tech, but as soon as they got into NIU territory.
Yep, Jeff, I'll tell you this. It looks like both defensive coordinators had a lot of film to work with from last week's games and a lot of practice with the leading up to the game, the practices this week. So far, it's been a defensive showcase.
Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas is where we are, as it's going to be the second possession for NIU. Keontae Porter James with his first reception goes for 4.
And Porter James is well out of Opelika, Alabama. Only 1 reception last week for 4 yards, so he's already matched last week's total.
Dropping back is Barnes from under center, looking out of the backfield and looking for the tight end, Jacob Taylor, but it falls incomplete.
Now 3rd and 6 is not where you want to start, especially in your own territory. So we're going to see if Barnes is able to find a receiver here.
3-down defensive lineman for Texas Tech here on 3rd down. Barnes looking around, throwing it. Oh, ill-advised. That could have been picked off by Fairley. Would have been his 2nd on the season, but instead it will be his 2nd pass deflection of the season.
And Kevin Barnes saying his lucky stars there is Fairley, if he was able to catch that ball, likely pick 6. At the very least, a very easy drive. Luckily, it was an interception, and now Texas Tech, they're going to start around midfield.
Yeah, Tycoon with 16-yard return. All right, so we already seen this is the 2nd drive for Texas Tech. Good field position. What do you want to see from them here, Cole?
I want to see him do something besides running. I think they need to make some shots downfield because of how the defense has started.
2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Andrews will just have to throw this one underneath. Finds Edwards, but that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play, and that's a good tackle from Jake Beal.
Yeah, Jake Beal there, he able to see the play and read it very easily. Not a good decision by the quarterback there for Texas Tech. I definitely think Curtis Andrews needs to take some shots down the field. Otherwise, they're just going to go for it 3 and out again.
4-down defensive lineman for NIU. Andrews looking around, going to float it to the near side. That's going to be caught by Drake Babineau. His first reception, gain of 14, and it's going to set up an easy 3rd and 1 opportunity coming up.
Yeah, Curtis Andrews 5 of 5 now, and Texas Tech, they just got to get across the first down line now.
3rd and 1. Andrews looking around. We'll throw it underneath, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Babineau did it for 14, now gets 5, and that's a first down.
Like I was saying earlier, Jeff, pass it downfield, and you're going to have good things happen, especially when your quarterback's perfect so far on completions.
A good start to this drive for Texas Tech, getting inside NIU territory for the 2nd straight drive. Andrews throwing it underneath, but that's going to be broken up by Dalen Shales.
And Shales, great vision there. Obviously, he saw the play and the throw coming out, and it was a great deflection.
2nd and 10 pistol for Andrews. On 2nd down, we'll throw it underneath and turning upfield. Babineau picks up 9, and another 3rd and 1 opportunity.
And you saw early on the first drive, NIU with the aggressive quarterback rushing, stopping the run. And it's worked well for the run, but it looks like now with the pass, Andrews able to get downfield.
Trips to the top of the formation. Andrews on 3rd down, looking to convert yet again on this drive, and that is going to happen. Getting inside the PX1 Sports red zone for the first time this evening, and that's going to be Brigham Ray with his first grab of the evening as well.
Yeah, Brigham Ray, what a catch. You saw there he had some contact with Brady Tidwell, another receiver on his team, but he's able to keep the ball through the contact, and that's why he's one of the best receivers in this country. Great catch, and now obviously Texas Tech, they get the first down in the red zone.
Trips to the bottom of the formation as Tech comes out in the shotgun, and it's going to be Andrews keeping it, turning it upfield, got some block downfield, and he's into the end zone. And a good block downfield by Tycoon, and it springs Andrews for the first score of the game as Texas Tech on top 6-0.
Yeah, pending the PAT, obviously up 7-0, and really good run there. When you are able to pass downfield, as you saw there, Jeff, when you're not being rushed every play because they know you're going to run it, you're able to get the space there, and obviously Andrews there, seeing that there was no one on the left side of the field, able to rush down and get the touchdown.
A good drive as well, and we saw Texas Tech stall as soon as they got into NIU territory the first drive of their game, and here the second drive able to turn that into 7 points, but now NIU down for the first time in this game, 7-0.
First score change, obviously Texas Tech scoring first. You see on the screen there that obviously Texas Tech with a little bit of an offensive advantage so far, but we're only in one quarter, so plenty of time left for NIU.
Still have not heard from Jacob Taylor as well, the tight end for NIU. Throwing it underneath is Barnes, and he'll connect with Shinobi for a gain of 5.
And you see all the Texas Tech in red defenders. When I was talking to Horns, the NIU AD, he wanted to cause some pain, but right there, that's some pain for that receiver. A lot of contact.
Handoff, and that's going to be Leroy Brown with a gain of 10.
Great run for the first down, obviously, and it was the coach, not the AD for Horns.
3 down defensive lineman for Texas Tech. Taking the shotgun snap. Barnes looking around, going to throw it underneath. Pass is going to be caught by Scott Coleman, but that's going to be no gain. Fairley in on the tackle yet again.
And Fairley's had a really good start to this game. The rest of this Texas Tech defense as well, obviously holding NIU to 0 points, as you see on the screen there, 53 total yards as well.
Tight end coming in motion. Elijah Frank sets up, handoff to Brown, and he will pick up 5, making it a manageable third down upcoming for the Huskies.
And the Huskies here, this seems like a crucial third down. Obviously, you're on the road, but Texas Tech, they scored first. They need to get the momentum back, and I'm looking here for a first down for NIU.
Coming up to under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Third down and 5. Barnes taking a shot, but that's going to be just out of play. Had the receiver, it looked like in a tight little window, but that would have been some nice placement of the football. But instead, it's going to be 4th down and 5, and NIU will punt it once again for the third straight possession.
Yeah, Jeff, I don't like that play call at all, going deep when you only need 5, especially on the road down 7. I understand it was a big statement play, but I think it was not the best play call.
First down and 10 for Texas Tech, their worst starting field position of the game, as Edwards going out in motion, and Andrews is going to connect with Tycoon for a gain of 2, and he will be tackled down by Beal, the corner.
Yeah, Jake Beal, great work there, making it so that the receiver could not turn upfield, and now you got 2nd and 8 instead of 2nd and 2, or something like that.
This time 2 down defensive linemen for NIU, bringing some pressure from the linebacker spot. Andrews all day to throw and look around as he's able to connect with Kuhn for a gain of 11 and a first down.
An excellent work by that offensive line to give the space and time needed for Curtis Andrews to get it to Kuhn again, now 1st and 10.
2-by-2 set for Andrews on first down across the middle, but it's broken up by diving attempt from the walk-on, and that's going to be a 2nd down upcoming.
Yeah, nearly an interception as well. Andrews got to watch his choices for passes.
Receiver coming in motion will set up receiver screen, pump fake, but look at that, throwing it to the tight end, Ivory Irvin Jr., his first grab of the season, and that's going to be a gain of 9.
It was a good run there, obviously. 3rd and 1 short, you got it. But great work on NIU for keeping it 3rd and 1.
Nice little play call as well from Coach Link. 3rd and 1. Andrews looking across. He will find it on the slant route by Drake Babineau for a gain of 10 and a first down, as Babineau now up to 38 yards on 4 receptions.
And speaking of receptions, 12 of 14 for Andrews, really efficient so far this first quarter.
Continuing seemingly where he left off last week against Iowa, throwing it underneath. That's going to be caught by Kuhn for a gain of 8.
And it looks like so far Texas Tech using the short yardage plays with their short pass or just a run up the middle. And it's working well. The NIU bend don't break model is getting tested here.
Last 17 seconds of the first quarter ticking away. Andrews looking around, will float it out to the near side. Caught. Kuhn with another gain of 16. And then tackled down and already up to 49 yards and has already surpassed what he did last week.
Yeah, it's great vision by the freshman wide receiver. Obviously, he got a little bit of game experience last week against Iowa on the road. Now here at home, in front of a home crowd for the first time, he's able to see the players downfield and already having a great start.
Last 5 seconds. They don't need to call a play, but they will hike it, and it's going to go across the middle. Pass is going to be caught by Jeff Rambo for a gain of 7, and that's how we're going to close out the first quarter of play. You are watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube as Texas Tech leads 7-0. We'll be back right after this. Back to Jones AT&T Stadium on the campus of Texas Tech, as it's been all Texas Tech to start, even though they're up only 7. And the first play of the second quarter will go to Ty Kuhn for a gain of 14 inside the 5.
And Kuhn, 6 receptions, 63 yards. He hasn't had any huge plays, though he did have a 17-yard reception in the first quarter. But he's had a lot of small gains that help Texas Tech get to where they are here in the red zone again.
2-by-2 set, gonna keep it. Andrews looking for a second rushing touchdown, and he will this time. Gets right up Broadway, and that is going to be his second rushing touchdown of the game and his first 2 rushing touchdowns of the season to boot. So with 8:43 to go, only needing a couple seconds in this second quarter, and before you know it, it is a 13-0 score.
And what another run there by the young quarterback, able to get it in. This season, obviously, Texas Tech opening against Iowa, getting the win. Now here at home with a really big tone setter. Number 13 team in the country, showing why they deserve maybe to be ranked higher if they can continue this trend of being a suffocating defense with an efficient passing offense to get up already 2 scores.
30 viewers watching on YouTube. Just remember, since we're on YouTube, slap that like button to help out the video. That's how YouTube uses its metrics and all that. So go ahead, slap that like button for us right now. It's going to be first down and 10 for Kevin Barnes and the NIU Huskies. Going to be play action blitz coming in. Down he goes. And just like that, back 7 yards. Matt Grenfell with his first sack of the evening.
Yeah, Grenfell looking for the play there. Obviously, the offensive line looks like it was a missed coverage there by number 7, the walk-on, but excellent work by this Texas Tech defense to give the pressure earlier in the second quarter. Now it's a long 2nd and 17 for a team that's had trouble converting this first down so far tonight.
Leroy Brown not able to get the hat on the blitz, and so he's going to get the carry here on second down, and he'll pick up 6 yards, and it's going to be a long 3rd and 11.
Grenfell there almost getting another tackle for loss. Not a great play call by NIU, and now they got a long 3rd down.
Trips it down by the formation for Barnes. Takes the shotgun snap. Going to throw it underneath. Pass is caught. Turning it upfield. Breaking out of a tackle. He is loose inside Texas Tech territory and will be tackled at the 30-yard line. Jen Shinobi with a gain of 46. His longest of the game. Now up to 79 yards.
And what a catch by Shinobi, and what a great way to avoid contact and get out of the tackles. You see there, at least one Texas Tech defender, likely 2 if they didn't hit each other, were almost able to tackle him, and he gets all the way downfield for what is easily NIU's best offensive play of the night so far. Good work by Shinobi to get down the field.
Ronald Mack in on the tackle, and it looked like that underthrow by Kevin Barnes might have helped Shinobi able to turn upfield and make a couple of Red Raider defenders miss. As it's Leroy Brown bouncing it, it's going to be a fumble. I don't know if that's going to stand, but as it stands right now, Nick Schultz with the fumble recovery.
It looks like it was Grenfell and Schultz punching it out, but I think Schultz, if they count this, will get credit. If they do count it, it's a great recovery. Obviously, we got to check and make sure, but for right now, Texas Tech changing, again, the momentum of this game even further in their favor.
Joe King able to strip that out just before the butt touches the turf, but from Leroy Brown. So good fumble strip right there, and we'll get it back to Texas Tech's hands, and it's going to be off the hands of Tycoon, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like Texas Tech, they're going to have to maybe a little bit of too fast there, maybe slow it down a little bit, but still able to have another chance here to get up more than 3 scores.
Two receivers to the top for Andrews. Blitz in his face, and down he goes, but it's going to fall incomplete. Able to get rid of that ball before taking the sack, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10, and this is a good stop opportunity for NIU.
A great chance, especially after that turnover.
Pistol for Andrews, taking the snap, setting up the halfback screen to Edwards, and nice tackle, able to disengage and get that. Number 10 for the NIU Huskies, Dalen Sales with a nice tackle, and it's going to be 4th down, and NIU breathing a sigh of relief as the fumble does not come back to bite them.
Yep, after the costly turnover, the defense was asked to stop them, and they provided more than enough. Obviously, a 3 and out here. Credit to Sales there as well for a great defensive play.
Brown on the return, able to get 12. So we've seen a couple drives already. Texas Tech up 2 scores, 14-0, but NIU hanging tough in this matchup. What do they need to do offensively to get into the end zone here on this drive?
They got to be able to convert. They are either 3rd down, 2nd down, whatever it is. They got to get 1st downs because you can't really do much unless you're in the red zone.
We'll see what they have in store. Ball just above the 40-yard line, still in their own territory. Barnes looking around. He sees something he likes, and that's Porter James with his 2nd reception, gain of 10, and that's a 1st down.
It's a 1st down, Jeff, as you said, and getting down the field. That's I said it earlier just now, and if they can keep doing that, they'll have a chance to at least get on the board here.
Michael Worry and Chad says, don't count NIU out. Going to be a handoff, trying to get to the outside, but Brown does not get the block that he needs and instead gets planted by Teddy Tate.
And it's been the story all night, Jeff, has been this defense and their ability to react and give pressure. This is at least the 5th, possibly more time that they've had runs get either negative or very short yardage.
Here on 2nd down, trips to the bottom of the formation. Barnes on play action, didn't see anything he likes and threw that one away.
And now you see on the screen there, NIU 1 of 4 on 3rd down. Now they're 3rd and 13, which is their longest 3rd down, I believe, of the night as well.
Here we go. 2-by-2 set. Barnes looking around, taking a shot deep, and that one almost undercut. Ronald Mack on the outside had a better chance to catch it than the receiver did for NIU, but it falls to the turf. 4th down upcoming and a punt from NIU back to Texas Tech.
And when you put yourself in a situation of 3rd and 13, that's what happens when you have to throw into double coverage. Luckily, it's not interception, but Texas Tech gets the ball now regardless.
Appreciate all 32 watching on YouTube right now. We got Brandon Berry, we got George, 850 Kane in chat, Elijah Frank, the tight end for NIU, Michael Worry, the AD for Nebraska, the Reaper, 10,000, Mike in chat, TD, Michael Buck. Appreciate everybody. Jojo Vasquez in chat as well. Appreciate everybody watching on YouTube. And it's going to be Nick Edwards for only a gain of 1.
That's another safety spy. DeMarcus Hunter again with another tackle in the negative yardage territory.
2nd down and 9. Edwards up the middle on the draw play. Good play call from Coach Link and the offensive coordinator for Texas Tech. And a good run by Edwards, 1st down.
And good response by Texas Tech as well to just not panic. Nice play up the middle. It gets my 1st down here.
Andrews looking around. He'll fire it out. He kind of lobbed that one a little bit, got some air under it, and it allowed the defense for NIU to come up and make a play, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Sales again, he's been a force all this half and almost got another close interception there.
Michael Kruger watching in YouTube as well. Appreciate you, buddy. 2nd down and 9 upcoming as Nick Edwards only a gain of 1.
And not, I think, the play they drew up there. I guess their downfield options must have been covered. Good work on that NIU defense for that. But now Texas Tech, 3rd of 9.
Two down defensive linemen setting up the halfback screen as Andrews a little late to get that to Edwards. Going to be a loss of 6, and it allows Alani Baker-Smith to come in for the tackle.
It's a great play by NIU there, especially knowing that at third down they were probably going to pass it. And just look at the vision there of both in the replay, both defenders, not even just the guy who tackled him, for recognizing the play and getting a great tackle to stop the drive.
But now NIU's defense, since giving up the 14 points unanswered, their defense has still looked really strong in this game, Cole. You just got to think that it's going to be a matter of time before their offense can get going here a little bit.
Definitely, I think Texas Tech, they're not going to be able to be on the field forever. NIU doing all they can here. Obviously, last week was more of a shootout, 52-35 win over Bowling Green, but still, NIU, their offense is on them now. The defense has done their part.
Two down defensive lineman for Texas Tech. Handoff to Brown, looking for someone to stiff arm. Instead, he picks up 3 yards.
And it's going to be Kareem Barnes on the tackle as well. You got 3 yards. You just got to be able to get a little bit more on their plays.
Two receivers to the bottom of the formation, one to the top for Barnes, who's going to keep it on the after keeper, going up the middle, but it was read beautifully by Paxton Cooper.
And it was a really good decision there to go downfield. Obviously, they only got the 1 yard, but it could have been a negative yardage if I believe it was Conlon was able to get the tackle on the quarterback there.
Once again, two receivers to the bottom, one to the top. Barnes looking around on 3rd and 6, going to take a shot deep, has a receiver, is going to be caught and out of bounds. Tyson Bell with his first grab of the evening, goes for 32, and a big play that was much needed by the Huskies offense.
A really, really great pass there. Obviously, the offense here, Tyson Bell and Jen Shinobi, there's 2 4-stars coming in as freshmen. Shinobi, we've had a lot of love, a lot of great pass catches, but Tyson Bell, he hasn't had a lot until right then. Great first reception to keep this drive alive.
Here we go, 1st down and 10 inside Tech territory. Going to keep it as Barnes looking for somewhere to run. He was being chased down by Rocky Conlon, and that's going to be a gain of 4.
And you see there a negative 0.5 yard average on the runs. That's indicative of how aggressive this Texas Tech defense has been on the run.
Trips to the top of the formation for Barnes, going to take off and run, but he's going to be brought down by Rocky Conlon. Sacked. He gets his first sack of the evening and his 3rd on the season.
And Nick Harley from Texas, he gets a lot of love, deservedly, but Ricky Conlon here, the senior, one of the best defensive players in this league, and what a great sack there to show his talent.
4 down defensive lineman for Tech here on 3rd and 6. Coming with a little blitz, but it's going to be a nice underneath route run by Colton Stubbs for a gain of 15. Gets his first catch of the evening, goes for 15, and that's a 1st down, getting close to the PX1 Sports red zone.
And last week, only 1 reception for 1 yard for Stubbs. Here, obviously, already a much bigger usage just on the 1 catch for a much larger gain. So Stubbs here, being a guy who can also be a depth guy to factor into this offense.
Last time NIU was down here, it was a fumble by Leroy Brown. Barnes going to keep it, trying to go up the middle. He's tackled on the play by number 6, Kareem Barnes.
And that's going to be Barnes' 2nd tackle. Both of them came on this drive. And this defensive line, they've really shut it down. Obviously, NIU still able to get some downfield passes to get down the field here. So NIU still, they need to watch out for this defensive line. They've been really imposing their will this drive.
Bunch tight set from under center. Going to be a pitch to Brown, trying to get outside. Blocking not working on that play. Going to be tackled for no loss. JP Bartle with his first tackle for loss on the evening. Going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
And once again, NIU finds itself not being able to run the ball here, and the red zone's even worse, and now it's 3rd and 11.
Trips to the bottom of the formation. Barnes setting his feet, going to lob it. Open target, caught! What a play! Jacob Taylor with his first catch of the evening, as he had 9 last week for 102 yards. And this one, if he didn't just fall down, he could have gotten into the end zone.
Yeah, it was a blown coverage, Jeff, and I think, honestly, I like that a little bit better because you're at the 1 yard line, you can rush it in, and Jacob Taylor doing all he can to just make sure he's in and he has a good hand on that ball.
I'd rather him just catch that on the run and get into the end zone. You never know what this Tech defense is going to do. Trying to get outside, and that's going to be the walk-on Scott Coleman into the end zone as NIU back and finally in the end zone for the first time in this game. It's now 14-6. Going to be 14-7 pending the extra point.
And great run there to get around the pressure of this defensive line that's been very much pressuring the offense so far this drive, and really this first half. But still, Jeff, as I said earlier, you just want to get that ball on third down. You need to catch it. So they're able to catch it. They got 4 chances from the 1 yard at the goal line, and obviously it only took 1 chance. NIU here on the board. Great drive, great catch, and now obviously great run in by the walk-on Coleman to get within 7.
And now we get to see a defense for NIU kind of hungry after getting a couple stops. Now maybe a little rejuvenation on there as well, since now they saw their offense get in the end zone. So now 14-7 is the score.
Yeah, that defense that's been playing well all night gets motivated.
Andrews looking around, doesn't say anything he likes, takes off and runs with it, and he's going to pick up 7.
And great work there, seeing downfield. It looks like there's a lot of coverage. Maybe learning from his earlier drives where he had to throw a few times that were risky. Curtis Andrews there, he just runs through the hole and able to go downfield. Now it's 2nd and 3, short second down. Great start to the drive.
Dylan Sales in on the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 3. It's going to be empty set here on 2nd down. Andrews taking the shotgun snap, looking around, looking across the middle. Nice tight window throw. That's going to be caught by Brady Tidwell for 14 inside NIU territory in just 2 plays.
Extremely efficient now and a little bit bigger plays. Obviously Tidwell there, his first reception of the night as well. After last week against Iowa, 5 receptions, 54 yards and a touchdown.
Now trips to the top of the formation for Andrews, looking, and he's going to find Babineau breaking out of a tackle, but then he's going to be put down to the turf. Not before he picks up enough for the first down before Mike O'Neill on the tackle.
And Texas Tech favoring Babineau already in less than a half, more receptions than the 4 he got last week.
4-down defensive lineman for NIU, bringing a blitz across the middle, almost picked off by Mike O'Neill on the deflection. Looking for Babineau, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, O'Neill, great job, because if Babineau was able to get that, that's an open middle downfield to get down close, if not a touchdown.
2-by-2 on 2nd down. Andrews taking the snap, all sorts of time. Will look underneath, and he will find Brigham Ray for a gain of 4, but not before he's tackled down.
And now 3rd and 6. They were able to get a few yards. I think Texas Tech probably wanted a few more yards on that passing play last play, but 3rd and 6, they're plenty capable of 3-6 on 3rd down so far tonight.
Empty set, shotgun formation. Andrews looking underneath. He will connect, and that's going to be Tycoon. Gain of 10. They will take their first timeout.
And good clock management by Texas Tech as well. You want to burn some time, but have enough to have a few shots here at the end zone.
To the top of the formation, Andrews. Again, all sorts of time. We'll look underneath on the routes, and that is going to be caught, and that is going to be a gain of 4.
And now NIU, they've failed the first 2 times that Texas Tech has been in the red zone. We'll see what the 3rd time if it's the charm there for the NIU defense.
Pistol set with trips to the bottom of the formation. Handoff to Edwards. Got some blocks. Takes on a tackler, but then it's going to be tackled down from behind by Alani Baker-Smith to save a touchdown.
It did save a touchdown here, but Texas Tech, they're now going to have 4 shots to the end zone.
2-by-2 set. Andrews going to keep it. 3rd touchdown. Yes, it will. Hat trick for Curtis Andrews in this game. And another touchdown run as Texas Tech regains the 2-score lead.
And talking about leading your offense, what the quarterback's supposed to do, obviously there's a lot of great running quarterbacks in this league, but so far in this first half, Curtis Andrews has shown he can be put in the conversation with the best of them. A great rush here to make it his 3rd rushing touchdown.
Big play, and I mean, we thought NIU's defense was going to play rejuvenated after seeing their offense get into the end zone. It seemed like the Texas Tech offense was like, okay, defense, we got you. And they traveled the length of the field. It only took 2 plays to get inside NIU territory, and then they punched it in with another Andrews touchdown run.
Textbook 2-minute offense for Texas Tech, and now NIU, they got 1 minute to respond.
But they got all 3 timeouts remaining. Tight end coming in motion from right to left. Barnes taking off and runs with it, escapes the pocket, and will pick up 5 before sliding down as NIU burns their first timeout.
And there's multiple tacklers in red, Nick Schultz among them, that almost had a really big contact, so good decision there to slide.
Shotgun handoff to Brown, and not able to get much. He's going to be stopped for a loss on the play, and another good tackle by Matt Grenfell.
Yeah, Grenfell there as well has been a big force for this defense all night. And NIU, 4 of 8, they're better now than they were earlier. 4 of 8 on 3rd downs. We'll see what they can do here with clock running.
Looks like they want to take this into the first half, into halftime. Remember, it will be Texas Tech getting the ball first to start the second half. Timeout taken with 10 seconds left as Brown, no gain on the play, will punt this one away.
I don't like that play call or that whole drive for NIU. I think they had a chance to go down the field, Jeff, and now they give Texas Tech, obviously, as you said, the kickoff at the start of the next half, but now still they have a few seconds here to run a play.
Well, so with 2 seconds, Tycoon gets the ball inside NIU territory, and they might try for a long Hail Mary. Andrews has the arm, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be trips to the bottom of the formation. It's going to be Edwards lined up to the right of Andrews. He's going to take the shot. He's going to loft it up there. Has receivers, but he overshoots them.
Probably not what they wanted, but still great try, and that was really dangerous look for there, just a little bit overthrown.
Had 2 receivers open, and Tycoon was one of them. Couldn't get the number on the second one, but Cole, it was been a very impressive first half of play by Texas Tech. NIU getting on the board in that second quarter. But, I mean, we've seen some good defense being played in this game. Seems like the offense for Texas Tech has come to play. What do you just give the viewers watching on YouTube a little sense of what happened in that first half?
Texas Tech with the first quarter, 14 points on the board. NIU, they were able to show they were able to respond, but obviously, as you see on the screen, the biggest story of tonight has got to be the quarterback for Texas Tech, Curtis Andrews. 3 rushing touchdowns already, and his legs are what are driving this Texas Tech offense to a big lead.
Well, what changes do you want to see by both teams going into the second half?
Texas Tech, I would love to see them maybe pass a little bit more. I think they could improve on that. And NIU, they got to be able to step up their run defense. Obviously, speaking about the 3 touchdowns that Andrews has on the ground, they need to be able to increase the turnovers. They had 1 already. That's pretty good. But also be able to stop the run more efficiently.
And this is the 3rd most rushing touchdowns that Curtis Andrews has had in a game. His still the record for him in a game is 5, and that happened against Bowling Green when he was on Miami, Ohio. So still got 2 more chances to at least tie that, but looking really good here, and he will get the ball to start the second half with the Red Raiders offense as the kick goes out of bounds, and probably seeing that wind come in and playing a factor.
Yeah, it's been windy all night. Obviously, as you said at the top, a large wind that's going to impact both kickers tonight.
First down and 10. Andrews, slinging it, but that's going to go to the far side, and it's going to be incomplete.
And something that Northern Illinois has improved on has been their pass defense. Obviously, I believe it was the first 6 Texas Tech passes were completion, but now it's only about 66%.
Andrews looking around. He's just going to float this one out of bounds and live to fight on 3rd down. NIU's defense coming up big here on the first drive of the second half.
NIU giving the passing game for Texas Tech troubles all night. If they can start stopping the run, they'll have a lot more success.
Split back in the backfield behind Andrews, looking around. He's going to chuck it, and that's going to be caught on the far side. Tycoon, gain of 12, first down for the Red Raiders.
And right as I say that, they're able to get a great first down by in the air. Kuhn there, another big catch. He's been on fire all night.
Pistol. Andrews looking around, and he's going to sling it underneath, and that's going to be Graham Ray yet again. This time he takes a shot at the end of that play, but picks up 7 for his troubles.
And we catch a ball over the middle. Sometimes that's happened. In fact, you should probably expect it to happen. Here, NIU, they're able to see that and maybe try to Mike O'Neal there with the tackle trying to pop it out, but he's unable to do so.
Yeah, NIU's defense needing to maybe take a page out of Texas Tech's book and get a turnover. 3 down defensive linemen for NIU to counteract Texas Tech's offense. Looking underneath, Andrews will connect with Brady Tidwell, but only for a gain of 2. And because he had to come back to the ball, it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Maybe not the best placement of the ball for Andrews, but NIU, they already have 1 turnover tonight. I know a second one here would be extremely helpful for that offense.
Trips to the top of the formation here on 3rd and 1. Handoff to Edwards, and he's got some blocking. Stiff arm, still on his feet as he gets inside NIU territory, but there's a flag down, and we'll see what the call is. Clipping call, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 upcoming. So after all that, because of where the penalty was, it's going to be 3rd and 2 for Texas Tech, and they'll have to redo the play.
And I think Texas Tech is, cursing themselves at that. That was not what they wanted out of that play.
Pistol handoff. Up the middle goes Edwards. This time picks up 4. Enough still to move the chains. First down for the Red Raiders.
Great work there to get the first down after the penalty took the last play away.
2-by-2 set, and Andrews will throw it to Edwards out of the backfield, and it's going to be Hawk there on the tackle, able to ride Edwards out of bounds for only a gain of 1.
And now at midfield, Texas Tech, they have the chance here to make it a 3-score game again.
So second down and 9. Andrews looking around, and he will fire it out, and that's going to be caught on the outside by Ray for a gain of 16 in front of the walk-on for NIU.
And Ray, they're already starting this second half with a lot of receptions. Most of his receiving yards should have been obviously on the first 2 catches there. Getting some good downfield catches, and now Texas Tech on the back of him and Tycoon, first and 10.
Keep it on the option keepers. Andrews looking to turn upfield, breaking out of 2 tackles, and is brought down by Justin Jarvis.
And what's been emblematic all night, you see there Ethan Hawk for the Huskies, unable to really bring him down. Able to drive him upfield, but that just doesn't help as he gets another first down.
Trips to the bottom of the formation. Edwards stays in to block. Andrews across the middle connects with Tycoon. Gain of 8, and it's going to set up a manageable 2nd and 2 upcoming as the playbook is open for the Red Raiders.
They got 2nd and 2 as well in the red zone here, so I could see them go for the end zone here too.
Edwards coming in motion, maybe setting up a halfback screen. No, they're going to go to the top of the formation. Brady Tidwell on the slant route, able to get 11 yards inside the 5.
And NIU, there wasn't much they could do here, but still Tidwell able to get under the defense for a catch up the middle. And now, as they give Baker Smith the credit for the tackle in the goal line situation here for Texas Tech.
Trips to the bottom of the formation. We've seen Andrews keep it 3 different times. Andrews going to take off and run. That's his 4th rushing touchdown of the game. Unbelievable what we're seeing from Curtis Andrews here tonight to kick off the Wednesday slate.
Yeah, Curtis Andrews again there, as you see him celebrate on the field with his teammates, just absolutely dynamite in these red zone situations. At NIU, they're great at stopping the throw, but the downside to that is obviously with so many guys covering some weapons here for Texas Tech in the air. In the red zone, all Curtis Andrews has to do, it seems, is just walk on in.
Anybody was wondering what the record is for rushing touchdowns in the game, it's 7 by Courtney Harris back last season when Nebraska took on Ball State with 7. So still needing to, he's 1 away from tying his own record of 5. 7 or anything more than that. I mean, we could be looking at some history here being made, but don't want to jinx it too soon as Leroy Brown on a nice return. Now NIU needing to get the offense back going.
Yeah, NIU, this is a must-score drive for them. Now down 3 scores. They got to do something.
First down and 10. Kevin Barnes going to keep it. Trying to dipsy-do his way out of the backfield. Picks up 8 before Conlon on the tackle.
And maybe 1 too many jukes, as he probably had a chance for the first down, but just slows himself down enough for the Texas Tech defender to get behind him. And now it's going to be a 2nd and 2 instead of a 1st and 10.
Barnes dropping back from under center 3 steps. Threw it to Shinobi, but it falls off his hands and incomplete.
Not what they wanted there. Now it's 3rd and 2 for a team that's had trouble converting on 3rd down so far tonight.
Shotgun formation. Barnes is going to keep it. Midline read up the middle. First down. Got some blocks and the speed to almost break that, but is brought down by Nick Schultz for the Red Raiders.
And Nick Schultz, I don't think he was expecting the quarterback to get that far. You see the missed tackle there on the replay by Rocky Conlon, among others, but still able to at least stop the damage. But NIU there, one of their best runs of the night, now 1st and 10 in Red Raider territory.
Very almost kind of balanced attack for this NIU Huskies offense this evening. And it's going to be a handoff to Brown. He's got some blocking and gets 13 yards. Good vision by the freshman running back.
And possibly a bit of fatigue here for Texas Tech as well. They've been aggressive all night on the quarterback and this running game, and now it looks like at least NIU has an idea of how to get forward in the rushing game.
The walk-on spelling Leroy Brown. It's going to be a handoff. He already has 1 touchdown. Scott Coleman picks up 5 this time, trying to get to the right side. But now 2nd down upcoming for the Huskies.
And it'll be Buck Hammer the 3rd on the tackle as Texas Tech again getting gashed on the run game this drive.
under center. NIU is not favored well when they've gone under center, but Kevin Barnes looking around, throws it up. It's going to be intercepted by the Red Raiders. Paxton Cooper gets the interception, his second on the season. And that's a big turning point that the defense needed, their second turnover of the game.
It was a really great vision there by Cooper to see the pass, and obviously there's a lot of traffic there, so he's able to get in front of everybody there. But now Texas Tech, they're going to be at the 1 yard line. I'm going to be interested to see how they respond on offense.
Yeah, they're worst starting field position, and it's going to be pistol full house in the backfield. Handoff to Edwards, trying to go up the left side. He's going to be stopped on the play by Mike O'Neill, but he'll pick up 7.
And Texas Tech tonight, they've been doing nothing but short, efficient plays. So being back here, just getting the first downs off, they've been their mentality all game, and it looks like it's helping them here.
2-by-2 set. Andrews with the receiver coming back to the ball. That is going to be Tycoon having to come back to that, so it's going to be 3rd and 4.
And Tycoon has been pivotal tonight for this offense. I've said it a few times, obviously, and outside of Curtis Andrews with the rushing touchdowns he's had so far, I think Kuhn's had probably the most explosive game for this Red Raiders offense.
Now spreading out the NIU defense here. It's going to be trips to the bottom of the formation. Andrews on 3rd down will look, and he'll fire it out. 4th and inches. Brady Tidwell not able to get enough for the first down, and they will punt this one to NIU.
At the start of this drive, I was very surprised, especially after that first really efficient play, that it ends so far downfield so quickly. Now NIU is going to get really good field position here.
Yeah, because the way the wind is blowing here at Jones AT&T Stadium, that was kind of the punt hung up there, and it allowed NIU to get some good starting field position. It'll be around the 33-yard line inside Tech territory as Barnes drops back looking underneath, and he'll find Jacob Taylor for a gain of 3.
It's a gain of 3, obviously, there on the tackle. Chris Clack is going to be the one with the tackle. Texas Tech here, they have to play as shut down as they can here.
Handoff on 2nd down to Leroy Brown for a small gain, and only gain 2. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
And good work there by Kareem Barnes as well to recognize that it's going to be a rushing play and able to stop it from becoming a first down.
The receivers at the bottom of the formation went to the top. Barnes under center, 3-step drop, throwing it, but there's no receiver that's open or in the vicinity. Going to fall incomplete, and this might be a chance for you to go for it, but instead they're going to try to take the field goal.
Yeah, NIU's been conservative all game, and here I think I disagree with this call.
Snap is down. They are kicking with the wind, and it's through the uprights, and good. So NIU tacking on a field goal, now 28-10, an 18-point deficit now for the Huskies.
It was 21-7, obviously, as you said, Jeff, and now they go from a 21-point lead to an 18-point lead. Still a 3-score game, so again, I disagree. I think they should have gone for it there. Obviously, NIU's playing conservative all night with some of their play calling, but still, not Texas Tech. They have a chance to make it a 4-score game.
2-by-2 set for Curtis Andrews, who's going to hand it off on the first down play to Nick Edwards. Picks up 4. He'll be tackled down by Jacob Bowden.
And Nick Edwards tonight, he's had a lot of good runs like that, short runs. He's also had some bigger runs as well to get some yardage, some chunk yardage earlier in the first half. We'll see how which trend continues.
2-by-2 set once again. Andrews going to keep it, trying to get outside, but Mike O'Neill is there and finally puts the kibosh to any opportunity that Andrews was going to have to turn that one upfield. His 6th tackle and first tackle for loss on the evening.
And these defensive backs for NIU, Hawk, Sales, and O'Neill have been really aggressive, and it's helped them a lot. Obviously, Texas Tech still up by 18, as I said earlier.
Andrews on 3rd down and 9. This would be a big stop for NIU, and they will get the stop. Tycoon not able to turn upfield. Andrews led him a little bit too much, put some air under that throw as Kuhn now hits 100 yards receiving the first time he has done so this season, and picks up 10 receptions as well. But again, the Red Raiders punting into the wind. Is Brown going to pull it outside? And that's going to be a good return all the way for 30 yards, close to the 30-yard line of Tech.
Yeah, excellent run after contact, yards after contact there for the returner. And just turning upfield, as you said, Jeff, that's a really good return now. And you're basically at the same place they were earlier as well.
First down and 10 for Barnes under center, throwing it underneath and turning it upfield is Tyson Bell. Only his second reception of the evening. Remember, he had that big one for 32 yards in the second quarter, which was I believe that's when they started their touchdown drive. But here on 2nd and inches, 2 receivers to the top of the formation, handoff to Brown, trying to get outside, breaks off of 1 tackle. It's going to be close, but they're going to say he did just enough to get the first down, as the ball will be spotted just an inch past the first down marker.
Yeah, 14th rush for Leroy Brown, and great work there to get the first down.
Fullback in the backfield, Leroy Brown as well. Taylor is the one in motion. Play action, looking deep, touchdown, Tyson Bell!
And gifted great field position. This time NIU is able to convert for a touchdown, and there Bell able to get behind the Texas Tech. Maybe a miscommunication by the defensive backs for the Red Raiders, as NIU now with their second touchdown of the game. It's going to be pending the PAT down 11.
Just like that, it maybe what would have been if they would have went for it, but now we can't really discuss that because they took the points, and now it's 28-17, right back in this game, down 11. Now the defense for NIU that's gotten stops on the last 2 drives from Texas Tech needs to come out and get another one here to get that ball back to that NIU offense.
Yeah, NIU, they're able to, obviously, as you said, get the stops. Now they're going to be more important than ever to get the stops here for their defense. And if NIU wants to pull off the comeback, it's definitely within reach, only down 11 with over a quarter left, but they still got to be able to put pressure on that quarterback.
Andrews looking across. He will find the receiver, Brady Tidwell, coming across the middle of the field, and that's going to be a gain of 7.
Yep, and good work by Alani Baker-Smith on the tackle.
Ty Perry Rev in Discord, the AD for Texas A&M, saying that he wants the upset to happen now so it doesn't happen to him, as Andrews fires that ill-advised, and it's going to fall incomplete. A 3rd down upcoming.
It's really NIU. They've turned on the Jets for their defense. They've rushed the quarterback. They've harassed them. Their safeties and defensive backs have all played a big part of it.
3rd and 3. Andrews looking out, but he can't connect. Incomplete. As now Andrews seemingly has gone a little cold here in the second half of play, and especially in this 3rd quarter. It's going to be 4th down and 3 as the Red Raiders will punt this one away. And remember, they're punting into the wind. So good starting field position could happen for NIU once again. Oh, what another good return by Leroy Brown of 18.
And Leroy Brown, he's had a good game offensively with special teams. He might be the star. This has just been straightforward. If we give us player of the week for special teams, I think Leroy Brown might have just locked it up with these great returns.
And he hasn't really done much on the ground, but he's doing a lot on returns right now. But we'll see, because NIU is going to have to punt into this wind in the 4th quarter, as Kevin Barnes will be sacked on the play by who else but Rocky Conlon with his 2nd sack, and now has 4 on the season.
Yeah, able to get off the offensive lineman there. Great vision and great decision-making as well to get in position for that tackle. And as you said, Jeff, great tackle, 2nd and 13 now for NIU.
The last 30 seconds of the 3rd quarter ticking away. Bunch set to the bottom of the formation. Tight set, though. Throwing it to Taylor out of the backfield, and has a gain of 6, bringing it up a 3rd and 6. And we'll see what NIU decides to do, as they will be throwing into the wind here in this 4th quarter upcoming.
Well, NIU, they're 5 of 11 on 3rd down, but this might be the most crucial one so far of this game.
2-by-2 set. Barnes taking the shotgun snap, going to air it out. Has a receiver, but it's broken up. Triple coverage for the Red Raiders. Ill-advised throw by Kevin Barnes on the outside, and so 3 and out for the Huskies.
Another play that is definitely probably not one I would have called, but still throwing into triple coverage is not the best idea, especially when there's a receiver in the middle of the field in the end zone. That was just having one guy on him. And
that's going to do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. Very entertaining 4th quarter upcoming, as both teams switch sides. Now it's going to be NIU punting into the wind and having to deal with that. We'll see what effects it has. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Put your 4s up in chat. Also, who you think is going to pull this one out. 28-17 is the score. I'm Jeff Melnish, my broadcast partner, Cole Mantell. Start of the 4th quarter, Andrews will sling the rock like he's been doing all game and find Brady Tidwell for a gain of 9.
Tidwell, they're able to start the drive off much better than Texas Tech has been doing. They only need 1 here, and they can at least stop a 3 and out from occurring.
Second down and 1. Trips to the bottom of the formation for Andrews. Taking the snap, looking around. All day to throws, but it's going to fire this one to the NIU bench. Incomplete. 3rd and 1.
And there's a few receivers open there. Maybe our Andrews just not able to see it, but whatever the case, now Texas Tech 3rd and 1.
Empty set for Andrews, taking the shotgun formation, shotgun snap, throwing it to the near side, caught by Tycoon for a gain of 4 as his day continues. 12 receptions, 104 yards. Those are career highs for him already in his second game.
Yeah, young receiver there, able to get a lot of motion downfield, a lot of space, and it's really paid off for him tonight.
Play action, Andrews across the middle, finds Tycoon for a gain of 10. 2nd and inches now for the Red Raiders.
Still not a first down, however, and now 2nd and inches situation, just like the last set of downs. They're going to have to be really efficient here, and the NIU, they've given them trouble in these short yardage situations so far.
4 down defensive lineman. Andrews is going to keep it on the option. Keeper runs into his offensive line, though, but it's going to be enough for the first down, gain of 3.
And interesting, Andrews, he only has about 45 yards there. It said 45 yards on 10 rushes, but obviously the 4 touchdowns is the big story tonight with his rushing prowess.
Yeah, plus you also lose rushing yards as you're sacked as well. So Andrews with the blitz coming, throws it just before the blitz got home. And a good, well-designed pressure is Jake Beal getting in there.
And great play call there by NIU, able to read the offense and make it almost a really bad situation for Texas Tech, but thankfully it's just 2nd and 10 for them.
Pistol set. Edwards motioning out of the backfield. Blitz coming once again. Fires it to Edwards. Oh, a nice little okey-doke and able to turn upfield. Will be tackled by the walk-on number 25, but here we go. It's going to be 3rd and 3 upcoming for the Red Raiders.
Another short yardage situation. Texas Tech, they've been able to power through so far.
Marcus Hunter, in on the stop for NIU. That last play. Hand off, and it's going to be 4th and inches for Nick Edwards. This could be opportunity to go for it to keep this drive alive.
And it looks like they won't go for it. Yeah, it looks like Texas Tech, they'll just take the safe option. They're still up by 11 with 7 minutes remaining. Obviously, giving NIU bad field position here might be more advantageous.
We'll see. They haven't been able to punt well into the wind as that one goes, or with the wind, as that one goes into the end zone for a touchback. So NIU will start with the ball on their own 20. But really, it's been a good defensive battle here. We got some offense going, but now NIU's made this a game down 11. What do you want to see them do here on their first drive of the 4th quarter?
Take some chances. They're down 11. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to go too crazy here, but if you can make good downfield throws, not into triple traffic like the last drive, I think NIU here will have a great chance to get it into a 1-score game.
Texas Tech with 2 down defensive linemen they're going to bring some linebackers with the pressure as well. Handoff to Brown, stopped in the backfield. He was able to disengage off the block, get the broken tackle, but then able to come in as Paxton Cooper for the tackle.
And Paxton Cooper, he's been a big player all night. We haven't said enough about him. And Texas Tech here, they have a chance to stop this drive.
Barnes going to keep it going up the middle, but he's going to be wrapped up and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. As it's going to be Buckhammer the third with the tackle for loss.
Yep, and Bartle's going to be the one that starts it, but then Buckhammer, he's able to come in and get a huge hit to make it 3rd and 12. And now NIU in danger of going 3 and out in a crucial drive here in the 4th quarter.
And we know you got the inside story on Buckhammer as well, Cole. A little impressive story you gave to us a little bit ago here before the game started. And it's going to be 4th down and 6 as NIU. They do find Porter James, but it's going to be 6 yards short of the first down marker.
Yeah, Buckhammer, Auburn, Alabama native, really rooting for him, and someone I hope has a great career.
Just not against you.
Hopefully no, yeah.
And it's going to be a punt as we saw this all throughout the game. Kicking this way against the wind is not favorable, as NIU finds out now as Texas Tech getting and starting inside NIU territory here. 1st down and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Edwards going up the middle. Good play call. He picks up 14 yards, and that's enough for the first down.
And Nick Edwards, they're able to obviously get the first down, but what it's able to do that for him is getting around these tacklers. Great vision by him to find the right place to run, but not only that, the right place to juke and able to get downfield.
1st down and 10. Clock ticking away now. Maybe Texas Tech going into a little bit of clock eating territory. So he hand off to Edwards, breaking almost, but a diving tackle by DeMarcus Hunter saves a touchdown.
And very earlier in this game, I was talking about DeMarcus Hunter and his ability to make some great tackles there. He might have just saved a touchdown and possibly the game if NIU can just step up with their defense and get the stop. Here, at least, they're able to stop the touchdown. And here in the red zone again, you see there 4 touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns specifically for Andrew. Let's see what NIU can do here.
2x2 set. Normally this has been Andrews keeping it, but he's going to throw it underneath. That's going to be enough for Tidwell to pick up 6 yards, setting up a 2nd down and 4.
And Tidwell there, if they don't rush it in, which is still a possibility, he could probably get open. And if they were going to pass it, that's someone I could see getting it.
Pistol full house in the backfield. Andrews will hand this one off to Edwards, trying to get outside, cuts it back inside. No gain on the play. NIU read that one. JP Scales on the tackle.
They still are able to stop it 3rd and 4 now in the red zone. I'm really curious to see what Texas Tech dials up.
Quad set to the top of the formation. Andrews will take the shotgun snap. He's going to run with it, looking for his 5th. He will! His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. Ties his career high for rushing touchdowns in a game. And now Texas Tech on top, 34-17.
Absolute. It's been him all night in the red zone to get his personal record tied. Obviously, one more would set it. But still, Texas Tech, the offense, they've had a lot of great short plays, either rushing or these short throws. Some bigger throws, too, but mostly it's been short, efficient passing. But in the red zone, it's been all Andrews all day.
And also setting, I mean, even though they've only played 1 game, Texas Tech, though, you still got to be impressed. In the 2nd game, setting a career high in Texas Tech history with 5 rushing touchdowns in a game. I know they've only been around for 2 games. This is their first season, but still impressive to do nonetheless. 4 down defensive lineman. Barnes looking around. He will connect to the outside. Josh Hyde for a gain of 10 and a 1st down.
And right on that point, obviously there's a lot of jokes you can make about records being set in only your 2nd game, but still, talking about a young culture being set here, this is how you do it.
It's down and 10. Taylor going to motion out. Will set up in the slot. Will come back to block on this play. Throwing across the middle is Barnes, but it's going to fall incomplete.
And NIU here, that might have been their best chance to come back, taken away from them. But if they want any chance, they got to have an efficient and a quick drive here.
Yep. 4 down defensive lineman for Tech here on 2nd down. Barnes will float this one, but it's going to be intercepted by Michael Wojak going back the other way. And it's going to be a tackle around the 20-yard line as he picks off his 1st career interception in the CFSL.
Yeah, extremely bad timing there for NIU. And Wojcik with his, as you said, 1st career interception. Now Texas Tech, they're in the red zone, and we're could be talking about CFSL records if we have another rushing touchdown by Andrews.
Yeah, right now has 5. He's tied with a couple in the CFSL, a couple running quarterback legends in there as well, as Andrews is going to keep it, turning north, and he will pick up 5.
Yeah, speaking of that, the record for rushing touchdowns in a game in CFSL history, Courtney Harris with 7 in Season 11 against Ball State, as we stated earlier.
Yeah, it might be a little too hard to reach that, but you never know what can happen, especially here late in the 4th quarter. 2x2 set. Andrews floating this one out, has the reception made by Tycoon, and will step out just inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, initially it looked like a touchdown there, but it looks like they're going to rule it not a touchdown. We'll see on the replay here. That was pretty close. Yeah. They might challenge it.
I don't think the ball ever crossed the goal line, especially when he moved the pylon. And so it's going to be just a hair short. Now this could be perfect situation for rushing touchdown number 6 for Andrews. We'll see as 2 receivers running the slant. He's going to have to take off and run. No, he's going to throw it just before the pressure gets home. The walk-on supplying the pressure, but it's going to fall incomplete. 2nd down upcoming.
And NIU, they've been gashed in the red zone by Andrews all day. Maybe they're just trying to stop him, and a little bit, maybe too much patience there for Andrews.
Trips to the top of the formation, handoff to Edwards. He gets in on the action as Andrews just giving it to Edwards going up the middle. He gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, his 1st in the game, as it's 41-17 with Tech putting the nail in the coffin.
And one of the more unique offensive performances from a team this season, at least in the games that we've called together, Jeff, in terms of teams with big point games, usually passes through the air, big receptions. That we saw a lot last week, but here Texas Tech, They have a really great offensive game on the ground, obviously, in the red zone has really been the difference maker at NIU. Their inability to stop the rushing in the end zone is really what's kept them out of this game, as NIU now will probably just look to kill some clock.
KPJ tuning in. I can only assume that that's Keontae Porter-James from NIU, the receiver. He's had an impressive day as well. Even though despite the score that you're seeing right now with a 42-17 deficit, but NIU has looked really good here despite the amount of points that Texas Tech has put up. A lot of things to take in as Kevin Barnes continuing. He has 2 interceptions thrown in the game. Going to be first down and 10 as trips to the top of the formation need to get going. Setting up the halfback screen. Leroy Brown just able to get that. I don't know how it fell into his arms, but he did. But he's going to be stopped for no gain on the play. Farley in on the stop.
Yeah, and speaking of receivers, Tyson Bell here with 78 yards on only 4 receptions. A really good game from him, talking about NIU receivers who have had good games.
Hand off to Brown up the middle. Look at that speed. You're seeing a little bit of their pickup of 12 on the play. First down for the Huskies.
And Leroy Brown, we were talking about earlier, he only has 55 rushing yards and 16 receptions, but special teams, he's been a force all game.
Barnes under center, 2 receivers to the top of the formation. 5-step drop, going to take off and run. Escapes the pocket near the side, and he's going to slide down just before, who is that, number 25 for the Texas Tech, Chris Clack, before he was able to take a shot from him.
Yeah, you had Fairley and Clack bearing down. Good decision to save his body, especially late in the game, how far they are down. Still, maybe not quite in time as Clack's able to get his knee right on the helmet of the quarterback here.
Now, first down and 10, getting close to the PX Resorts red zone. 2 receivers to the top of the formation, 1 to the bottom. Shotgun for Barnes, throwing it underneath. Pass is going to be caught by Scott Coleman, gain of 1.
And Scott Coleman, he's only had 3 receptions, but they seem to have come, especially when they need a first down. Obviously, NIU not successful with the comeback, but still, players like Coleman have a great future if they can continue to get good third down catches.
Barnes going to roll out to his weak side, throwing it back across his body, finds Tyson Bell. Normally, that's not what you want to do. Fairly in on the tackle, but Bell up to 88 yards on 5 receptions.
And Bell with one of the 2 touchdowns NIU has scored today. Again, a great performance by him. Obviously, NIU, the offense, not quite as great.
2 receivers to the top of the formation. Barnes going to not see anything he likes. Takes off and runs with it into the arms of Michael Wojcik, who had an interception, his first career interception a couple series ago. And it's going to be second down and 2.
And Wojcik as well, the freshman out of Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. He's had a great night, as you said, Jeff, with the interception.
Barnes from under center across the middle. They find Jen Shinobi for a pickup of 7, first and goal for NIU.
And Shinobi as well, 5 receptions, 86 yards. A lot of that in the first half. Maybe a bad decision for NIU to not throw down more here in the second half.
First down and goal. Taylor in motion from left to right. Sets up. Drop it back 5 steps. Looking around. Barnes is going to be sacked on the play. Not able to escape the pocket, as Joe King with his first sack of the evening.
They're going to give it to it looks like Joe King's going to get credit, but there's a few players in there, maybe as well, Leroy Brown getting in the way, but still, in the red zone, that's not what you want to do, is take a sack like that.
Second down and goal. Run receiver to either side. It's going to be Leroy Brown in the backfield. Play action. Barnes all day to throw. He's going to fire it out to triple coverage, and that one could have been picked off. It's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Barnes was thinking. He had the middle wide open for a rushing touchdown of his own, but now it's going to be third and goal and another chance.
2 receivers to the top of the formation, 1 to the bottom. Barnes taking the snap, looking to set up the halfback screen. Able to turn upfield. Coleman into the end zone. Has a rushing touchdown and now a receiving touchdown to his name as Kevin Barnes gets his second passing touchdown of the game. As NIU, you guys still love how they're battling and fighting all the way till the end.
Yeah, some great reps here. And Coleman, obviously, with his second touchdown of the game, which is really interesting with all the receivers on this team. It's going to be the walk-on with 2 out of the 3 touchdowns tonight that NIU has scored. Still, obviously, Texas Tech still with the lead here, so now it looks like they're just going to be rushing some time here, I'd imagine, on the kickoff.
They're going to at least set up the onside kick, and it's going to be recovered by Texas Tech, able to return, as we already saw one onside kick return, the first one in CFSL history last week in week 1, as Tycoon with the able to fall on that one. So first down and 10 for Curtis Andrews.
And Andrews tonight, he's had a really great game. I can't say that enough.
And he's going to keep it on the option keeper. He's got some blocks downfield inside the 20 and will be pushed out of bounds just before the 15-yard line by Mike O'Neill.
And maybe a bit of record chasing here as they get in the red zone again. Texas Tech, they may be just going for another touchdown here.
Might as well. Trying to get Andrews to number 7. No, he's at 5.
6.
He's looking to get number 6.
Yep.
Getting ahead of myself. I forgot that he handed it off to Nick Edwards the last time. Trips to the top of the formation. One receiver to the bottom. Andrews in the shotgun has Edwards to his left. Play action. Andrews is going to keep it. Has blocking. He's in. 6 rushing touchdown. And that is going to be the record for Curtis Andrews in a game for him personally. And he ties the second most in CFSL game history.
Yeah, ties second the most in CFSL history. A new personal best for him, however. And Texas Tech now at 49-24 with those 6 rushing touchdowns from Andrews as well as one by Nick Edwards. It's been all on the ground in the red zone here tonight for Texas Tech.
And you take a look at that, the play selection, 54 pass, 28 runs. So it has been kind of still pass heavy, but the fact that, you got to worry about Andrews now in the red zone from here on out. Some other teams that especially have to game plan, it might be a little difficult, and they are putting on a show here against NIU.
They are. The interesting thing there is that there's been 28 rushing plays Texas Tech has run total tonight, and 7 of them obviously have ended up in touchdowns.
Yeah, right. And it's going to be 2 receivers to the top of the formation, but a handoff to Leroy Brown with the 29 seconds. He'll get enough for the first down as NIU takes and burns their first timeout.
And NIU here maybe trying to get another touchdown here. We'll see how far down the field they are able to get.
Appreciate all 36 viewers watching on YouTube for this one. Despite the outcome, it's been a good game all around. Throwing it, and it's going to be a nice route by Jen Shinobi, able to turn around as the ball hung up there because they are going into the wind. So the wind helping them out a little bit. Handoff, and there's the walk-on. Scott Coleman able to pick up 7, and still 1 timeout remaining, 13 as the clock's still dwindling down here.
Yeah, NIU, they're trying as fast as they can. They got clock ticking down.
3, 2, this might be the last, it will be the last play of the game as Leroy Brown will be stopped for no gain on the play, and that's going to do it. Clock hit 000 here in Lubbock, Texas, as Texas Tech improves to 2-0. NIU will fall to 1-1 on the season. And Cole, just give the viewers your final quick thoughts here before we wrap this one up.
It's been all on the ground tonight for Texas Tech, a great defensive effort. And obviously NIU had some garbage time touchdowns, but still, Curtis Andrews, that's the big story for tonight. 14 carries for 6 touchdowns.
So on behalf of my analyst, Cole Mantell, executive producer Mike Peters, I'm Jeff Melanishin. Thank you for spending your evening with us for this first game of 3. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Collegiate Football Simulation League on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Once again, the final score, 49-24, Texas Tech. 2-0, NIU falls to 1-1. And we'll be back at 7 p.m. Central Time for Bowling Green and Texas A&M.